Ladies, what is a dead giveaway that a guy watches too much porn when you sleep with him? Wasn't having sex, but made out with a guy who shoved his hand in my mouth. Like, I guess some girls are into finger sucking, but having some dude's unwashed hand stuck in my gob was not fun. Note to any and all men, if you plan on putting your hands/fingers anywhere near your partner's mouth, respect them and yourself by washing your damn hands first. When they open up to a camera that isn't there, they see man in porn duck from the side, playing open to the camera. So they adopt that method, because girl seems to enjoy, not realizing why he's at that sideways angle. Confession, occasionally I'll do something like this, if there's a mirror. I feel like this is different. Watching in a mirror isn't the same. I think you're okay. Literally tries to ram you in the ass full force thinking it's hot when in actuality all it did was take away my sitting privileges. It's not a race to the finish, dude, calm down. Go easy on my, but it's the only one I got. Sitting privileges lmao. OHH. I read shitting. Jackhammering you till he finishes. Then asks you if you came, even though he didn't even touch your clit. The amount of times I've been asked if I came that I wanted to laugh. Ducking like has trying to jackhammer concrete. These are the kind of threads where I read about 90% of the comments. A coworker's girlfriend would let him wear VR goggles so that he could be banging whoever he saw. I hope she too had goggles. That would make for an interesting adult dystopian short story in the near future. Random hookups will occur where traditional facial attractiveness is irrelevant, as is the ability to speak or hear. Just show up, shake hands, sign a waiver, IDK, strap on the headset, and go to town. Each participant chooses their own avatar as well as partner's avatar, and vice versa, absolutely removing every aspect of sex except the physical interface. This is a plot point in Black Mirror's entire history of you where all your experiences are recorded. Both partners were playing a sex tape of each other from their honeymoon, while they were having very depressing low effort sex. I wanna make you squirt. Proceeds to violently rub clit like has vigorously scratching records. I just know this lotto ticket is gonna be a winner. Thanks a lot. Now my wife wants to know what's so funny. If he is a random hookup and tries choking you, or smothering you by covering your mouth and nose, despite you pushing his hands away multiple times. Not like this has ever happened to me. I would panic so ducking hard and just erupt with kicks and punches. He hummed the intro music. I can't help but laugh. Crash test dummies. The assumption that I'm going to have Olympic gymnast level limberness. If my knees haven't gone past my ears in a while, I'm going to have to do some stretching first. My BF used to date a freaking ballerina, so guess what insanely high bar I have to reach in that department now. Or should I say bear hap. Edit. Wow, my first award, thank you. I don't get athletes who try and show off in bed. I'm a circus person. And while I'm very strong and pretty flexible, I'm not looking to push the limits of human performance when I'm ducking. That shit's hard. I just want everyone to orgasm and have a snack and a nap afterward. He asked me if I could hold one leg straight up in the air so we could do it standing up, like I was some sort of circus yoga master. It was one of our first times. It didn't go well. The best way to tell is when they ask for impossibly complicated positions and genuinely don't understand why you can't bend into a pretzel and take a dick in your ass like a human fleshlight. Edit to at. This is my most popular comment ever, and I didn't wanna go down for this in history, but here we are. BDSM things, choking, slapping, spitting, name calling, without asking, jackhammering hard and long enough to bruise my thighs. Thinking I can ride cowgirl for more than 40 minutes without taking a break. Sex that lasts for hours without anyone coming. Eating me out like a pudding cup. Treating my tits like a boppet. Not being able to look me in the eye. Only being able to finish by jerking off, etc. 40 minutes on FAO. If I can ride my boyfriend for like 2 minutes without my legs giving out, I'm proud of myself. Look, all I need is them to understand that every day can be leg day. His idea of foreplay is you suck his dick. As a woman, I do like to give head as a turn on. I enjoy seeing my partner enjoy himself. But what I dislike is if someone holds my head down and tries to push me to do something when I'm going at a different pace. Also, I need reciprocation. It's not a one-way street. One guy almost suffocated me with this shit. Kisses like a washing machine, pushes your head down when blowing him, wants to choke you immediately during doggy style, wants anal without lube, wants to duck you till you squirt, wants to go from pussy, ass, mouth to any of the others without washing. How exactly does a washing machine kiss? Tongue going round and round manically. Loitering around the dryer. I just climb inside the ice cream freezer until some bored housewife picks me out at the supermarket. These comments are making me not want to have sex. I've never had sex, so same. When he gets mad at me because he can't make me come. Yeah, cause a guy getting mad at you for not coming is totally gonna make you come. Especially when they're just jackhammering and asking every 2 seconds, are you gonna come? Bitch, no, I'm not going to. Your performance is obviously for your pleasure and not mine. Did you come? Yeah, I came. Came to the wrong house. Apostrophe. Thinking that having a huge dick automatically makes them a sex god. Also trying crazy positions that don't even make practical sense. Thinking that ramming your cervix feels good for you, then acts shocked when you roll over and cry from the pain. Huge dicks are so unpleasant to me. I really am not a fan of being constantly booped in the cervix like it's a doorbell. Edit. Thank you for the gold. I'm glad booped in the cervix is resonating and making you laugh, lol. Booped in the cervix lol makes the penis sound real cute. No foreplay. He touches her for 30 seconds. Sticks a finger into see if she is wet. Slaps dick on clit. During sex he makes no sound. Comes. Rolls over. I can just picture what goes through a guy's head when he slaps his dick on a clit. You can fit so many sperm cells in this edit. I appreciate all the love and awards. Folks, gotta say, there was no mistake in my sentence though. Clits are hoods, as another person stated earlier. Mayo edit 2. I see this is gaining a lot of traction, so anyone reading this just lost the game. Clits have hoods. This checks out. Making zero attempt at foreplay or any kind of partner stimulation. Trying to use spit as lube, then asking, are you always this dry during sex? To which I answered with a solid nope. A little off topic in regards to men and porn sense, but on topic of bad pillow talk, him half Hispanic, but raised in the US. Don't know a leg of Spanish and a guy just moans in my ear, your English is really good. Well, I would hope so, dude, it's all I know. Oh, wow. That is horrendous. I hope you replied with so is yours /view 200D. It's been said many times before, but apparently it's still relevant today. Learning to make love by watching porn is like learning to drive by watching NASCAR. Thinks choking means crushing your trachea. Honestly, this threw me a while back. Was with a girl, and midway through one night she suddenly says choke me 2 or 3 times and physically moved my hand to her throat. This simply wasn't something I had ever done or experienced before, and yeah, I applied a little too much front pressure. Did she live? Asked to do a deep throat exactly like those pornsters. Says it's not that hard and forced me, even if I don't like it. Says that it not right. That I must do like them, shows me how to do it. Says that I'm too quiet. That I don't moan or do dirty talks. TL. Doctor, compare everything to porn. Want to act like they do in porns. Jackhammering everything. No foreplay. Sessions that last hours. If you hate long sessions, you'll love me. Are you challenging me? There's a difference in tone when asking, do you like that? Is this position enjoyable for you? And do you like that? Yeah, bitch, I'm giving you this DIY woo woo. And please know, we know the difference. Start with the first one, and once we are actively enjoying the dick, move on to that second one. Or when they ask/tell you this is the best duck you've ever had, he just went very quiet because I wasn't about to start lying, and it was nearly the opposite. I mean, do you want me to tell you the truth, or do you want to come? You can't have both. Apostrophe. I hooked up with a guy who immediately went a little too rough/dominating too quickly. He hooked his fingers in my mouth, threw me around harshly, and just overall didn't care. I was a little uncomfortable with how hard he was doing things. I've seen porns go slower than he did. Oh my ducking god, I hate that finger in the mouth thing. What do they think that accomplishes? I never could figure out what the correct response was, or if I was supposed to lick his finger. But my mind would get lost trying to remember the last time he washes his hands. Assuming that you like being choked. One of the biggest scares of my life was when a guy I was making out with grabbed my throat out of nowhere, then said it was force of habit. When I freaked out. It is so ducked up to me that choking is so normalized now that guys will just spring it on a one night stand. It can be extremely traumatizing. Imagine with a Tinder hookup where you honestly can't know if he's about to murder you or not. And if you are a survivor of violent aggressions, it could be a massive trigger. This is risky not even just with hookups but anyone. There was a woman on Reddit who told how her BF of several years choked her right till she passed out and continued ducking her unconscious body. I can't even, please. For the love of God. Get very enthusiastic consent before you try this. Personally, I'd automatically react with a swift knee to the balls. I had 2 experiences with guys who said they are finding it hard to come because they masturbate too much. I know what you'll say. Maybe he just wasn't that into it, but I think it's a real thing. Antidepressants can do that too. Had partners get upset with me about it in the past, which doesn't really help. Same. I thought there was something seriously wrong with me until I finally had the courage to bring it up with a therapist. She didn't seem at all surprised, so I was offended. And she was like, well, you're taking your antidepressants, right? That's normal for antidepressants. She assumed I knew it was normal and she didn't realize I was bringing it up as an issue to talk about. I felt so relieved that there wasn't something wrong with me. Copying the grunts and dirty talk and the occasional slap in the face. It's one thing if this occurs naturally or the partner has already expressed an interest. But if it's the first time and they do any of this, it's clear they're acting on what they think they should do rather than from experience. Some dudes seem to not understand that the best sex involves a connection with the other person rather than putting on a show. Eater, I have no problem with people watching porn. I do too. But porn and real sex are as different as a soap opera and real life, and it feels very weird when someone doesn't seem to get that. Different as a soap opera and real life, you take that back. All my children is real. I should know. I'm my own amnesiac evil twin. I can tell, because I have a goatee and I can't remember what I had for breakfast today. Assuming every girl wants to blow them and be sexually satisfied with just that. Coming on their face or breasts is stimulating enough. The woman doesn't need any pleasure, and dirty talk should include degrading names without asking if it's okay. The amount of times I've had someone treat a BJ as adequate foreplay is staggering. And dare to tell them you're not satisfied. Holds his phone behind your head while ducking you, and when you turn to look, catch a glimpse of porn before he hurries to hide it. True story. Eater, this was my husband. It got to the point where I was so tired of it, I started packing my bags. That's when he realized how ducked up it was and that he had a porn addiction. He changed and stopped. He had an open book policy with his phone, so I could eventually trust him again. Took a lot of work, but now we are better than ever. I'm really glad he decided to change. Most don't. This happened to me. Sorry to say, but I'm relieved I'm not the only person in the world that this happened to. That guy was an absolute dickhead. He comes in dressed as a plumber. It's me, Mary Ho. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.